envoy? Oh, Kostya told us he went into some place called the Garden to seek a god.
When you didn't come out, we...
What did you see?
It's too preposterous.
Everyone, please, please. It's been...
Sapadal was responsible for...
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered.
There won't be any new infection. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge...
I suppose it's... what of this... Ludwine had intimated that this land grew a new god.
Giada and I have some theory.
I'd say we're...
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, eh?
Much like the...
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So...
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the... They erupted from the earth the moment that...
Nakutedek was riven with those things. Not...
Similar roots had infected the structures that and the gods thought it best to...
Let's hope they don't decide to further amend themselves by coming for our heads.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage.
Nandru never spoke of Sapadal, and I believe it was for good reason.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the... But come, we have more pressing... Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days. But you wouldn't know it, judging by how she fights.
Ludwine's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Oh, so long as her passion for Wodka lives.
Then we destroy her faith? I have a theory about this.
Oh,
It is not... Well, you might not believe me. It was Lud...
I didn't hear...
She and her steel garrote.
We've had no... From what we can observe,
Is there...
give it...
Well... The lawful settlement of an... Or the... She could win with a god like it. Somewhere inside that hollow... Remember, she has... And neither the steel garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon Oathbreakers.
Because of victory here? The better question...
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just...
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwine in the tusk?
You could start... Why are you treating him with kid...
Enough! The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against one people, one law... The Inquisitor answered, an attacking Paradise. She is...
Oh.
I know it. We are leading by example. Return. We will do the same to the...
Where was order and
My administration. Adhere in rule and rule by the...
Spoken like a fucking diplo...
You have been the embodiment of
You will take it all.
What passes between Ludwine and her men, or... But if I had to guess...
You're in,
Your republics are hardly any...
as you say.
Ludwine agrees. Our success...
You think I'll ignore what I've seen?
Careful, envoy. Adir may still...
I've answered your questions. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. What will his representatives find when they arrive? Before you face Ludwine, you should know. But whatever you decide, understand. The Living Lands would retain its own laws under a grave. The grave would be expected to promote and develop. They would divide the island into administrative The island would provide tribute in the form of resources. The Empire, I should note, is in return, the Living Lands would enter Adia's sphere of influence.
Tribute, he says. Taxes. They want to bleed us dry.
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two.
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone.
If we give Adir power over us, we...
Pernicious safety, a web gleaming with dew. They weave, they wait.
Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. Only the strong survive the frontier. But you... You're the obvious choice.
It's a mealy-mouthed compromise. But better than going... And?
A grave room wouldn't be my first choice. So if the
With the Dream Scourge ended, my people can... I suppose we could send Adir what's left.
Of course. Oh, envoy, think of the ones which this conclave could not Not, it would be...
We deserve our autonomy.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is... We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll be vulnerable without...
We were fine before...
I think we ran things perfect.
Risk into bounty. Many we grab.
Envoy. Bira, I can't trust these people to keep my...
third...
With the envoy... When...
Of course. Well...
The Wardens of...
Thirdborn will support a grave...
A grave room, then, if we might.
I do not trust your empire.
We can worry about the future.
Right. Might as well go...
Good. We'll have...
I will do my level best to convince the... That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the... You must...
Whatever happens to the Living Lands,
She bet...
I'm proud to fight it.
Let's get to work.
The Paradise Militia will be at your back. Give her no...
Thank you for deserving it.
Good...
We will send... May all the gods of Eora and the...
let's take back the city. Whatever happens tomorrow, the steel...
Time to...
mission. Stand against her and fall!
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
There you are! Envoy. So, did you come all this way just to try? My will is strong. Look around, Envoy. He failed.
Her order.
Gladly. Fair.
There's no coming back.
Let's...
Once up. Your god of flame!
We are enemies in the soil. We will always grow.
Whoa!
who Dween is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together. Guys, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. With your guidance, the Living Lands becomes a vassal of the Adiran Empire. In exchange for their taxes and soldiers, the free settlements are protected from future attacks. The fight for survival is over. You showed the rebels of Paradis mercy, but they can never trust the Empire. Instead, they keep to the wilderness, always 2 steps ahead of Adir, only attacking when provoked. That is as close as they come to peace. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Animancy still has a place in the Living Lands, but the Empire's disapproval gets in the way of progress. Their work is slow, but unstoppable. After so much chaos, the people of Shatterscarp find a moment to breathe. As a gesture of goodwill to its grave room, Adir sends a regiment to purge the remaining dream thralls still haunting the wilderness. But with the sound of Adiran cannons in the air, many Thirdborners wonder what their lives will look like when there is no longer a common enemy. There is rubble where Solace once stood, and the Parkrunen must now confront the consequences of their isolationism. Though the rest of the Living Lands do not ostracize the dwarves, Kostia discovers that they have few friends among the kith they once shunned. And during the negotiations with Adir, the Empire asks far more of the Graverum than Kostia expects. The Empire knows when it has a people cornered. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rauatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rauatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ronganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradise and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada learned much in your time together. How to stand up to authority, how to face the unknown, and how to move on from the past. But her family's unfinished work weighs heavily on her soul. Her inheritance is the burden of achieving the impossible. Such is the life of an Animancer. At least now she has the right tools for the job, and new friends to help her through hard times. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yardsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Messiverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Soppadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Soppadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts, and on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.